Hi, I'm Cindy from Part-Time Permies, and this is Sean and Terry from Bravo in Kalamazoo.
Yep.
And you do an annual chef dinner.
Yes, we've been doing it for over 30 years. Well, this is our annual Chef's All-Star Dinner.
Okay.
We've been doing this for about 31 years, I think.
31 years, yeah.
31 years, and you know, it's Sean, my brother, asked me what I wanted for my birthday present. I said, you know, it would be fun to get all of our friends that are chefs here and have a great dinner with no salary cap in the kitchen, all pros. You know, bring together all the chefs that have worked all over the country, come in.
And it was really unheard of at the time, and it truly brought people together, and we had so much fun right from the beginning, and we would tell the chefs, whatever, the wackier the foods, the better, and so on.
Right. So then it started growing and growing, and now we have the customers come in, and they are thrilled. They don't, you know, they come in, they don't know what the menu's going to be, you know, they don't care, they want to try it.
That's awesome. So it's really a bunch of foodies coming in
Exactly.
at this point.
Oh, exactly.
And enjoying what the chefs decide to just put forward.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. And
Chef Sean Hagen with Bravo Restaurant, the chef and owner here, and my honor to start introducing the chefs here. It starts out with Al Whipple, who's been with the Bravo Restaurant for 11 years. He starts us out with a nice amuse-bouche course.
Yep, and we have a one bite cheese tray. That's fresh grape juice, sliced grapes, little diced grapes with it, herb cheese, fried basil leaf, beer cheese on top, and Parmesan crisp.
Chef John Karicki, a staple in Kalamazoo for many years, from Zazio's, the culinary director at KBCC, and he moved to the Chicago area, worked as a chef there, and now he's in Milwaukee in one of the greatest looking restaurants. And so thanks for coming all the way in from Milwaukee to dazzle us with.
Yeah, thanks. Just to shovel the snow on my way back, please. I'm doing a what in Polish is called gołąbki, which is a stuffed cabbage roll. So I'm doing a little bit of my Polish background and my Italian chefdom, I guess. The lobster risotto on the inside has a fresh West Coast Dover sole in the wrapper, and that gets baked off with some nice lobster stock and lobster butter. Served over a buttery tomato sauce, tomato bisque, and some rainbow carrots.
Chef Daniel Irwin from the Cove Restaurant, right down the road with the Millennium Group, and he's got Eric Gillish working with him from Millennium Group today. But tell us about your dish.
It's a charred grilled octopus, which has been slow braised with a house-made barbecue sauce. Has a slight hint of spice to it, but not anything that's going to overpower you. It's served on a black-eyed pea cassoulet with charred onions, and it's topped with a cilantro mint pesto.
Brian Hay, the culinary director of KBCC, is really an honor to get him to move to this neck of the woods. He was in South Carolina, traveled around, quite a talent to our area, and to teach the young culinarians all the tricks of his trade. So he's got one of them in store for us today.
So I pulled an old dish I've done before, so it's pickled shrimp. So we took the shrimp, made a lovely brine with orange juice, so it's basically like a heavy vinaigrette. Poached the shrimp for about 3 minutes, threw it in that, let it cool, and it's been sitting for like 4 days. So it's just picking up all the fresh basil and bay leaf and things like that. On the bottom is something called country captain, so it's actually a sausage, bacon, chicken stew that comes from the Carolinas. Little spicy, but hopefully the contrast should work well.
Chef Michael Murray with West Michigan Provisions. You might have seen him at the farmer's market. He produces his own fresh pastas is what we use here at the restaurant ourselves. He does a marvelous job. He's quite a talent, graduate from K College, so originally from this area, graduate of the CIA, worked the country club circuit over on the East Coast, but then we were lucky to get him back in this area a couple years ago and producing his own product. But tell us what you have today.
Yeah, so we're doing extruded pasta. It's pork and pasta. Started out with a sauce tomate. We've got duck egg pasta from local duck eggs, and then we have 3 other pastas, all different shapes. We have a beet, a turmeric, and then a vegan black pasta, which is made with organic coconut char. With the pork end of it, we have 3 things. We have a chipolata, which just means a little sausage, but it's a mild pork sausage thing. We have 7-hour sous vide pork belly, which is going to be braised and just a little gastrique, so a sweet and sour brush over the top of that. And we have a crispy sweet bread, crusted off with a little semolina seasoning and deep fried, so it's sort of that chicken nugget, crispy, soft, warm. We've added some forage items, some wild mushrooms and peas, and of course, Kalamazoo needs a little pecorino on there. So.
Jennifer Dykstra from the Kitchen House in Richland, and if you haven't been there before, it is really great food. Everything is really fresh and crisp that they put out there. It's been the talk of the town for, how long have you been out there, 2 years?
3.5 now.
Wow, 3.5 years. So we're fortunate we got her to participate in the All-Star Chefs, and excited about her dish today.
Super excited. I did a play on a duck Reuben. So it's like a Reuben sandwich, starting with a marble rye that's been brushed with a little bit of duck fat to toast it off, cured and smoked Moulard duck breast. It's getting sliced fairly thin, and then it's getting a homemade sauerkraut on top. There's nothing in there but the fermented cabbage, so just the cabbage to give it a little bit of acid, and then an Emmentaler Swiss on top of that, which is just a region in Switzerland that Swiss cheese is coming from. And then it's got a roasted tomato, Thousand Island on top of that.
Chef Andy Havey, and he's got his head dishwasher back there banging it out, shouting for him tonight. But Andy, I just love all the flavors and freshness that they put out at their restaurant. And how long have you guys been open out there now?
A little over 9 years.
Wow! Congratulations, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you have tonight for us?
We did some South Texas antelope. This is a different antelope than you'd think of, roaming the prairies. It's not a pronghorn, it's a very large size, probably bigger than our deer that you'll see around here. It's actually an African antelope that they brought over about, I think in the 1920s to Texas, and they were using them in zoos, and all of a sudden they decided just to let them go. And now they're all over the place, so now we eat them. But at any rate, seared South Texas antelope tenderloin. We have a root vegetable puree down, so lots of nice fresh local root veggies cooked down in cream and pureed. And then we've got a little bit of puff pastry underneath to kind of catch those juices. On top of that we have sauce rossini, which is a red wine and Madeira demi-glace infused with foie gras and truffle. And then a smoky huckleberry compote on top.
Jason Tillman from Cafe 36, originally from Michigan, been living in Manhattan for several years, so it's nice that he's back in this area, putting his great talents to the foods over in that restaurant. And what do you have for dessert?
What I've done, I did a very classic French style pot de crème, which is basically just a French custard, if you will. I'm serving it with simple raspberry preserves, which is just raspberry and sugar cooked down. A cocoa whip, which is coconut milk that's been whipped with a little bit of xanthan gum, firm it up. And then we're doing a lemon wafer cookie for a little bit of crunch and texture.
Such a nice event to have chefs to come here, and without egos, I just appreciate it. And, it's fun, and the customers love it. And, it's rocking. Thank you.
And it's my birthday.
It's my birthday. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.